Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. It's good to see you all again. So today we're going to be designing another enemy for the graveyard arena. Probably will do that in a little bit. There are some changes that I want to make to the slime that we worked on yesterday first. But, excuse me, I'm thinking this new enemy type is going to be something that shoots a big old projectile like a cannon, and then have that projectile split into smaller projectiles when it collides with something. That's kind of the idea that I want to go for. So that's going to be the main focus of the stream, but like I said, there's going to be some other tweaks that I want to do. I've also been working on the skeleton snake boss, which I'm recording so that I can upload a video of that, a part 2 deep dive of boss creation for Gunforged. But I'll show you that in this stream before we get started as well, just so that you're all up to speed with that. And yeah, before I get fully into it, I want to remind everyone that I have all the ways that you can support me linked in the description below. I've got a couple of Udemy courses that will teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine using either C# or GD script. So if those sound interesting to you, please use the link in the description below to go ahead and check those out. And then also I've got all my socials linked there. You can sign up for my newsletter at firebelly.com. And of course, liking the video and subscribing to the channel is also a great way to help. All right, so with all of that out of the way, hello Neozoid, you are the first. Yes, indeed, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Hello, Ball. welcome to the stream. All right, so firstly, there's a lot I have to show you. Let me show you what the skeleton snake looks like. It looks so cool. Thank you, Kiki Dev. Welcome back to the stream. Hello, Ariane. Good to see you again. Okay, so here's the skeleton snake. Oh, there's this problem which I have to resolve, but once he unfurls, he'll be good. Is he not going to unfurl? All right. Well, I guess that's a bug that I have to fix, but let's see if I can get him to spawn here. Okay, there he goes. So, excuse me. All right, so this is the snake, and the snake is looking really good. I've made a bunch of changes to him yesterday. Again, not going to work on this on the stream because I'm making a video for this for the channel. But you can see all the parts of the snake follow him properly. And the bone spike thing is now more of a global thing. Previously, it was just attacking in the general vicinity of the snake. But since the snake moves fast through the level, I wanted the bone spikes to be more of a global thing. So now nowhere is safe from the bone spikes. And so yeah, that's where the skeleton snake is at currently. I've got some more work to do, but I'll be recording more of that footage later today. So yeah, that's going to be the wave 20 boss for the graveyard. Then of course we got the slimes, which you can see right here. Slimes were done, what was it? Yesterday's stream. Hello, Luca. Welcome back. So I actually made a change here to the slime. Minimum wave should be 11 there. Okay. So there is one change that I want to make to the slime, though, before we get into designing a new enemy, and that is the small slimes. I want them to have a little bit more of an interesting movement pattern instead of moving towards the player. And the reason is because when you kill the big slime and it splits into two smaller slimes, they just stay bunched up together, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to actually make them choose different positions, basically in a radius around the player. So I'm going to figure out how this is working. I actually want to see how the rat does it here. I think this might work. I think I can just set the target position, player global position. Let's get the direction to player. Let's see. I wonder if I should do... Hold on a second. No, this will be fine. So the direction to player is going to be... Let's get the player position first. Okay, so the direction to the player... I keep forgetting I can do this. Global position dot direction to. That's such a nice thing. Direction to. So I'm going to start using this now. All right, so direction to player position. This automatically normalizes it and everything. That's great. So that's global position direction to player. Or actually, do I want that? No, actually, that's not something that I want. Let's do this. Var target position is equal to player position. We're just going to add vector2.right.rotated degrees. And we're going to rotate it by... Actually, let's do just rotated. Mathf, or mathutil.rng.randf range 0 mathf.tau. Okay, and then we're going to multiply this by a random number times mathutil.rng.randf range. Let's do from 50 to 100. Okay, so essentially what this is going to do is it's going to get the target, the player's position, and then it's also going to randomly offset that player position by in a random direction by a random length 50 to 100. And this is going to happen every frame, which is not ideal. But whenever I call set target position here, this target position is only going to be accepted if the internal timer for the pathfind component is stopped. So it's not actually going to update the path. So worst case scenario is that the majority of the frames, this is just going to be a useless calculation. I could optimize this so that it's not doing this operation unless the pathfind component is ready for a new position or the internal timer is stopped. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like not important. I am gonna take this string name here, or start random. Okay. So anyway, I think that's going to work. That's going to differentiate the small slimes when they get spawned, so they're not going to be bunched up on each other, hopefully, as much. Good morning, Christopher. Good morning, Tupa. Good to see you. Alright, so let's kill this slime here. Okay, so now the slimes are very differentiated in terms of their movement pattern. They're still kind of grouped together, but because they're going to be targeting different positions, you see how they kind of just circle around the player a little bit. And so that means that as I'm walking around here, they're going to start crisscrossing and whatnot as well and go in their own way. Okay, I think that's probably fine. Now, the one thing is that I should probably offset their animations as well, because they're both in sync in terms of their animation, which means that they're both sending their bullets at the same time. So I think what I want to do is randomize the animation player position. So if I grab a reference to the animation player, animation player dot seek, the problem with the seek animation the problem here, well, I guess what I can do is, let's take a look at the small slime. So the problem with seeking through the animation player to offset it is that I may seek to a position where is moving is false and or is moving should be true, and it's going to look really weird. But that might not necessarily be a problem. Okay, anyway, so I'll just seek. So we need a second, so animation player dot current animation length. So let's do this. Var seek position is equal to mathutil.rng.randf_range. We'll do 0, and then we'll do up to halfway through the animation player's current animation length. This needs to be a float as well. All right, so then I can do seek position. So that's going to offset the animation so they're not synced. And that should hopefully produce a little bit more of an interesting attack pattern here. Hello, Dion. Don't you have problems finding library methods because you're using C# and Godot? What do you mean by library methods? You mean like the Godot API? I don't have any problems with the Godot API, no, because it's all the same API, it's just Pascal case. And of course, you also get the autocomplete in C#, and there's also an editor option to change the documentation to C#. Let's see if I can find an example. Well, I can't find an example right now, but there's a way to change the in-editor documentation to show C# examples rather than GDScript examples. But yeah, it's not that difficult. I mean, the API is exactly the same. It's just C#ified. Okay, let's spawn a slime. And just make sure that these animations end up being offset. Ooh, yeah. That's good. Those animations are now offset, so that's good. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm getting multiple wave completes. Oh my gosh. Well, that's fine. I mean, it's related to how the slimes are being spawned here. Okay, anyway, that bug won't happen outside of my debug god powers. Okay, so minor tweaks to slime behavior, small slime behavior. Okay, so that's looking good. So that's all I wanted to do there. So I actually moved the slime enemy out of the done column. All right, so now we can get started on our new enemy that I want to design. And before I actually go into the visual design of the thing, I want to make sure that the mechanics of the thing are going to work. So we're actually going to start by doing the scripting. And this enemy, I'm thinking this enemy is going to have like a bell or something, just be like a little goblin dude with like a huge bell. And he's going to raise it and he's going to shoot and get launched back quite a bit. And what he shoots is going to be a ginormous projectile. And then when that projectile hits a wall or something, it'll burst out into multiple smaller projectiles. So it's going to be kind of like a little bit different compared to what has been seen in the game before. Namely that the projectile is going to be humongous. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll just go ahead and get a new scene going here. Yeah, you're welcome, Dione. Feel free to ask any follow-up questions if you got. Finally getting good at the game. Well, I had invulnerability on, so I wasn't taking damage, but I think I'm getting better at the game. I'm really happy with how like I said, the mausoleum magnate is shaping up really nicely, or shaped up really nicely, I should say. And the skeleton snake that I'm working on and will hopefully finish this afternoon is feeling and looking really good as well. So I'm really happy about that. I'm going to just call this Cannon Goblin because I don't have a better name. Scenes, game object, entity. Okay, we got to change this to floating, collision, mask correctly, collision shape 2D, new circle shape 2D. That's fine, we'll just turn it down to 6. Okay, let's go ahead and add a hit flash group component. Okay. Add child node visuals, or node 2D. Visuals. Add a sprite 2D. We're going to use a placeholder texture. I'm thinking his height is going to be like 24. And the size is going to be like 16 or something. We'll see how that looks. I'm not entirely sure that that's going to be what I want, but... Okay, so there's our placeholder texture. All right, so Obviously, we're going to need all kinds of things. Health component, velocity component, status receiver component. Hurt box component. So I've got to get all this stuff assigned. Collision shape 2D. New rectangle shape. I'm just going to leave it like that because no sense in getting it perfect until I have the visuals actually in place. But I think that this is all looking all right. Yeah. Status receiver component, perfect. Okay, cool. All right, so now I need a different kind of enemy bullet. So new inherited scene, component, bullet. Nope. For some reason the bullet component is here, but that's fine. Enemy cannon bullet component. Now I don't remember where to put this. Where's this one? Game object bullet, okay. Okay, enemy cannon bullet is in there. So I'm also going to do this. I just want to get all the sizes in place before I draw anything. I think that's really probably the most important thing that I've learned is like if you're not interested in wasting time, make sure you get all your sizes straightened out before you draw anything. Just a super big shadow. Okay, we're going to see how that works. Shape cast 2D. We're going to do a new circle shape 2D. This is going to have a radius of 24. I'm assuming that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Sweet. Why does this... Oh, I need to add a collision shape 2D to this. We'll just copy over this. Shape cast shape. Paste. Cool. Alrighty. So there's our enemy cannon bullet. And yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get these mechanics working. So cannon goblin. Add a resource preloader here. And then we're going to load in that. I wish I could quick load into this. That would be nice. That's all right. I'll just drag it over. Cool. Let's add a random timer, I suppose. Random timer. And we'll just set it to anywhere between 2 and 3 seconds for now. One shot. Attack timer. Okay, let's go ahead and add a script now. This is going to be super, super simple. Public override void ready. Let's get node private attack, or nope, private timer attack timer. Game dot autoload, no, not autoload. Game dot game object dot entity. Private, static, read-only, string name, start, random. Okay. Attack timer dot timeout plus equals on attack timer timeout. Private void on attack timer timeout. Attack timer dot call start random. And then we can take that resource preloader. I'm going to try to do this without looking at an example, see how well I understand my own game here. Resource preloader, instance, scene, or null. enemy bullet component. Actually, this is just a bullet component. This is the enemy cannon bullet. Var bullet. Okay. This dot get base level dot enemy bullets get parent dot add child bullet dot global position is equal to we're gonna have to change this size, but that's fine. There's a lot of work to do still, so I'm not gonna be super particular about getting all the positions and everything correct. So bullet global position is equal to whatever the global position of the cannon goblin here, and then bullet dot initialize, and that bullet is going to be a new gun stats here. So gun stats dot make enemy gun stats vector to direction vector to dot right. All right, let's see what that does. So I'm going to go into my graveyard. Let's get rid of the slime small, get rid of all this. Okay. Let's see if I did it correctly. Spawn, cannon, goblin. It appears that I have not done something correctly. Did I not have auto start? I probably didn't have auto start on this timer. And the other thing I need to do then... Oh no, that's fine. Okay. There were no errors in the console though, so it's progress. One of these days I'll be able to do a huge chunk of work without something being broken. But I guess today is not that day. Okay, something's wrong. I think it's hitting itself. So these collision masks are wrong, or this collision, let's see. Collision mask, yeah, I need to look at my enemy flying orb bullet to see what the proper mask should be. It should just be player, okay. So let's get rid of this and put on player there. All right, hopefully that will work now. Boom. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So that cannon bullet is going to be huge. So it basically just like the goal is to make a single bullet block off a huge chunk of the play area like that. I think that's going to be really fun. And then what I want it to do also is pierce the player. So I think I should be able to do that. Bullet dot increment collisions remaining by amount. Let's just do 100. I don't know if that's going to work. I've never actually tested bullets piercing the player. Now, the benefit, I think, of the bullet system is that one bullet cannot hit the same entity twice unless it ricochets. So if you get hit by the cannon bullet once, even though it will remain long-lived, you can't get damaged by it again. So the reason I want the cannon bullet to pierce, though, is because number one, it's a huge bullet. It's kind of nonsensical for it to break on the player. I mean, I could make it happen, but I want it to just fly to the edges of the map and hit the wall or something and then send out a bunch of small bullets. So that's why I want to make it pierce the player. So let's see. Sweet, so it pierced the player. Now I need to check and make sure that this is not going to hit me again. But in order to do that, I need to change the range here. So var stats equals gun stats, make enemy gun stats. I'm going to say stats.range is equal to, just make the range super large. So it basically is guaranteed to hit a wall, and then I can pass the stats in there. And now I should be able to set it up such that I can test if I can get hit multiple times by that same bullet. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but we'll see. So put this here, cannon goblin, get hit by it there, and then Okay, I didn't quite outrun it. Okay, I need to put another one down here. Okay. My invulnerability is so long. I gotta remove that meta upgrade. Okay. I had a meta upgrade that increased my invulnerability after getting hit by 1 second, and that was making it really hard to test the fact that I could get hit twice. Get out of here, Skelentrons. Okay, got hit by that once. And I didn't get hit by it again. So yeah, once I get hit by that bullet, I can't get hit again. So that's just very forgiving for the player. And so now I need to probably increase the speed of that a little bit. What is the default speed here? 175. Let's up that to by 50. So stats.speed 225. I think that's going to feel a little bit better. So now we need to figure out when that bullet collides. And I don't exactly know if I have a signal for that or what. Let's see. Handle terrain collision. Shoot. This bullet class is very complicated. Handle travel death. That's not, so is travel dying equals true? Handle node death. Handle bullet collision, handle collision. So I think here, so this happens on the last collision. So this doesn't necessarily happen when it hits terrain, but it can happen when it hits terrain. So I think that's probably, shoot. Well, you know what they say, YOLO. Okay, I think I'm just going to do a signal in here. Public, delegate, void, collision, death. What should I call this? Collided, man. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to rename this handle terrain collision. Handle terrain collision. If ricochets remaining is less than 0. Okay. Yes. So I'm just going to emit a terrain. Okay, so I'm going to emit a terrain collided signal here. Terrain collided event handler. I think that's going to be fine. So the terrain collisions will handle ricochets. So if there are no ricochets remaining, then it's just going to immediately die. And then so in here, what I can do is I can do emit signal name dot terrain collided. So I know specifically when it's dying due to terrain collision, and that means that in this bullet here I can do bullet dot terrain collided plus equals. Actually, you know what? That terrain collided signal should probably happen regardless, right? Even if there are ricochets, because it doesn't. Yeah. Okay. So this is just a general terrain collided, but because there's no ricochets on the cannonball that's being shot, or whatever it ends up being, it is going to coincide with its death here. So on bullet terrain collided, and I'm going to actually make this a lambda here, like so. On bullet terrain collided, we're going to pass in that bullet component. So private void on bullet terrain collided, bullet component, bullet component. Or this is just bullet here. Okay. So now this is where I want to spawn. Oh, you know what? I should probably send some information along with this, like the collision position and collision normal. Maybe I'll just do that. Vector 2 collision position, vector 2 collision normal. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't think I need this bullet now anymore, actually. Because I was going to use the bullet for the position information, but now that I'm sending that, I can just do this. Perfect. Okay. So now what I want to do is send a bunch of smaller enemy bullets in the proper direction. So in the cannon goblin here. Oh, you know what? I just thought of a problem. I just thought of a problem. So the problem is that if I kill the goblin before the cannon bullet hits terrain, then there will be nothing to handle to create those bullets. So you'll potentially end up with different behavior based on whether the cannon goblin is still alive or not. So that's actually something that I need to resolve. I think I could probably just create a bullet script. Oh, shoot. Okay. Enemy cannon bullet. Oops. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and do this. Scripts, game object, bullet, enemy cannon bullet, create. I don't know if I need to do this. So this is going to extend bullet component. This is game.gameObject.bullet. Enemy cannon bullet. Might as well just do this base dot notification what. Okay. So in here, what I'm going to do, public override void ready. I probably need to call base.ready. Yeah. So call base.ready, and then, goodness, I need to do this. Terrain collided plus equals on terrain collided. So I'm just going to connect to my own signal in here. And then vector 2, collision position, vector 2, collision normal. I want to make sure that this is going to work. Oh, I brought in the wrong vector 2. Okay, gd.print, yes. I want to make sure that this is going to work first. Is this going to this is not going to cause a circular dependency issue, is it? I don't think so. Okay, so this terrain collided is a no-go now. But I should see yes being printed if everything is working correctly. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Good to see you again. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm just going to move this off the screen. Okay, it is working, and we got no errors. Okay, so that's going to be the more proper way, because the bullet is going to remain long-lived, even if the cannon goblin gets killed. So that's going to work great. So now let's spawn enemy bullets. So probably do like 5 bullets or so. So for int I equals 0, var I equals 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. Let me think about this real quick. So I want to spread out the 5 bullets in like a cone away from the normal. So that means that I need like a range around the normal. Maybe we'll do like 160 degrees. So var start, well, let's see. Var angle increment degrees is equal to 160 divided by 5, and let's just say private const int collision bullet count. Var start angle I have no clue if this is going to work. My math might be wrong here, but we'll try it. Okay, so var direction is equal to collision normal dot rotated degrees. Var current angle degree. Well, I'll change this to current angle degrees. Var bullet is equal to resource preloader dot instance scene or null bullet component enemy bullet. This dot get. Why is my? I'm gonna reload the window. My IntelliSense is being slow. Get base level dot enemy bullets get parent add child bullet dot global position is equal to collision position. Okay, and then bullet dot initialize gun stats dot make enemy gun stats. Oh. Game data gun stats. Game dot data make enemy gun stats, and then direction is going to be direction. Current angle degrees plus equals angle increment degrees. Okay, let's see if that works. Is that going to work? I have no idea. I think the math might be wrong there, but plugged in, yeah. Is that good? Hopefully that's good. All right, let's try it out. Cannon Goblin, go. Okay, that did not work. I think those bullets need to be offset a little bit. Collision position plus direction times, let's just do times 6. Just to get it off of the wall. Because I think they're immediately dying because they're inside the wall a little bit. So hopefully just offsetting it by 6 or so pixels is going to work. Too many wires to get comfortable at the moment. Annoying. Ugh, that sucks. Yeah, that's not fun. Okay. We got some bullets working correctly. I wish there was a more reliable way to do this. I don't know, maybe there is. Might have to do ray casts or something. Or some other fancy math. Okay. There's not 5 bullets. 1 bullet is still being destroyed, it looks like. Let's just go to 32. Why is that happening? That's weird. That's really weird. One bullet is still being... Get out of here, you guys are annoying. Okay, thank you. Yeah, there's 1 bullet that's... Oh, okay. It works there, so yeah, it is off kilter a little bit. Oh, that might be the reason. Yeah, my math is wrong. Not sure if you have this on your list, but I think it'd give a better sense of depth if you added shadows to the mushroom projectiles and the other projectiles that go up. Yeah, I thought of that, but it's like the shadow system is really, really hard to do anything with. And I'm like, do I really want to spend the time doing that? I probably should, but... Yeah, the way that the shadow system works is a little bit... It's a little bit weird. And plus I'd have to add scaling of the shadows dynamically based on like how high the thing is. It's just a little bit tricky, that's all. I'm not sure it's entirely necessary. I agree it would look better, but I'm not sure if it's worth the effort at this point. I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. Start angle degrees equals negative angle increment degrees times 2. I think that's gonna fix that. Took me a while. Took me a little bit of processing power to figure it out, but I think that's gonna work. That might also fix the issue with it colliding with the terrain. So I should see a bullet come straight out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now I wonder if I can tighten that distance again. I mean, I should probably just make it so that well, yeah, I don't know. I gotta be really careful with how I modify the bullets here. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I think that's a good size too, honestly, for that cannon. Now the question is, am I going to be able to make a, decent looking huge cannon? I mean, it's just going to be a larger version of the smaller enemy bullets, I think. So yeah, we got to get to writing or to drawing all that stuff. But I'm feeling pretty good about how this is looking. And the mechanics are going to work and everything. So yeah, I think the next step is to start drawing everything to get the enemy drawn, see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hello, Logan BTGT. What is the name of the program that you use to write notes and checkups? This is Obsidian note-taking app with the Obsidian Kanban community plugin for the lanes that you see here. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break here, get a new drink and all that stuff, and then when I come back, we'll start drawing that cannon goblin enemy. I'm curious to see how he's going to turn out. Probably going to stretch my art skills a little bit, but we'll see. In the meantime, while I'm on my little short break, please check out the links in the description below. Of course, I've got the Udemy courses available for sale, so if you're interested in learning how to make a complete game in Godot using GDScript or C#, those things are below. Also, you can wishlist Gunforged. The links for all those things are in the description. And yeah, I'll be right back, and we'll continue on with the art side of this enemy. Man, it's a good morning, isn't it? Feeling good this morning. Hope you all are feeling good this morning as well. Always a good morning when you can just chill, listen to the soothing sounds of my voice, and copyright-free background lo-fi music. Anyway, hello Instakill and welcome back to the stream. It's good to see you. What is the dimension in pixels that you set for the tiles in Sprite? I don't figure it out, and Google or GPT doesn't help me much. So if you're asking what my what my tile set is, so the dimensions you choose are basically, it's up to you. The common dimensions that people use are powers of 2. I think that's mostly just a holdover from the old days of doing pixel art. There was a technical reason why textures needed to be powers of 2. I think that that's still relevant to some degree today, but not really. So you can make your tile set size whatever you want. For Gunforged, it's 32 by 32. I found that, or is it 32 by 32? I might have just lied straight up about that. I think it is 32 by 32, but let me check real quick. Tiles Graveyard. Yeah, so each tile is 32 by 32 pixels, and that just kind of gives me a good balance between small, manageable canvas sizes, but also enough of a canvas size here to do some detail. But you can do 16 by 16, you could do 8 by 8, you could do 64 by 64. It's up to you and what you're comfortable with drawing and what resolution you need. And then in terms of the grid, so you can go to view up here, go to grid, and then grid settings. So that's view, grid settings. And then you can set your width and your height here. Why is this set? That should be 0, I think. So yeah, and then also I think control and comma on a standard, I mean, I guess on a US keyboard, it sounds like you might not be on a US keyboard, but you could toggle it with control and what is that? Is that apostrophe or is that comma? Oh, that's apostrophe. Whatever key is next to the enter key. But it tells you in the UI here too. So if you go to grid, wait, why is that not working now? Grid settings. Oh, show grid? Yeah, so it under the show menu here, it will tell you what the hotkey is right there. That's awesome. Yeah, it's looking good. Now I wonder if there are games with like 19 by 19 tile sets. I wouldn't be surprised if they exist. I don't think they're very common, but there's no reason why you can't use like a 19 by 19 tile set. There's nothing like Godot, for instance, doesn't restrict you to powers of 2. I think even a GPU would still allocate the next nearest square size. I think that's right. There's still like, we're at the point where all of those little tiny technical things are abstracted so far away from the developer that's working in an engine that you basically don't even need to worry about it. You're welcome, Instakill Ann. You are welcome. Some optimization in Godot might be joining textures on the hood. Yeah, I think, I know for a fact that Game Maker used to do that. It would automatically pack all of your textures into several like bigger texture files. So it would create like multi 1024 by 1024 textures packed with all of your individual textures. And that was more optimized, I guess, because then you don't need to store as many textures. I don't know what the reasoning is, but I guess the more individual textures you need to look up or store in the GPU, that has some kind of like performance cost. So if you could just put everything into a handful of textures, then drawing the textures becomes much faster, I guess. But again, it's like, who knows, right? It's like, is NVIDIA doing that at runtime anyway? Like, is NVIDIA smart enough to know, oh, you keep using these 3 individual textures that you want to draw, so I'm just going to, under the hood, optimize it and store them in, like, the same texture buffer or whatever, you know? Like, I don't know. Draw calls, yes. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, yeah, all these kind of, like, tiny optimizations are being done automatically by the hardware. But I don't know. I don't know anything about hardware, so... okay. So yeah, we need to get some things drawn. So what did I say for that? Is this a good cannon goblin size just generally? I think I made him 24 pixels tall, which I guess is kind of small. It would be really hilarious to have like a really tiny goblin that shoots a gigantic bullet. So I think I'm gonna keep that. File new, but I am gonna give myself a little bit of space here actually to draw this. But what I will do is I'll bring in the player here as my reference like I usually do. Just stick the player there. That player looks so much better than the old player. Gee dang. Okay, reference. So yeah, we're deep into the content development part of the game here, and this is basically going to be the streams from here on out. I'm going to be basically designing no more technical systems, so a lot of this is just going to be drawing new entities and writing code to script those entities and so on and so forth until the game is finished, which is fun. I like doing the content development part a lot. It's nice to have a mature sort of framework to your game that you can just continue adding to without really changing much. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, so let's do a tiny goblin, a tiny little grotesque goblin, but I repeat myself. Maybe if I gave the goblin like huge ears. Okay. Okay. Trying to think, what would it, maybe if it brought down like this, like that. Okay. Give him a big old nose, and then this is like his mouth here. Okay, and I'm just gonna color these things a little bit differently. So I've got a feeling of this shape. He's got a little Pinocchio nose. A Pinocchio nose, if you will. Okay. This probably needs to be a little bit bigger down here. Yeah, I'm imagining his mouth sort of being situated in here somewhere. So if I do like a... Is that how I want it to be? No, it would be like this. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna make this a new color as well, so I can see the difference. So this is kind of like his mouth area. Actually, it should probably... Yeah, it should be something like that, I guess. I'll use a darker color here so it's more obvious. Yeah, I mean, there's more work that I'm gonna need to do to figure out what that shape exactly is gonna be like, but I'm just trying to place the general shapes here, and then he needs another ear in the back. I might just copy and paste. I like this ear shape actually, so I'm gonna try to just copy and paste this and just shift it down. Yeah, something like that. Although this probably needs to be shrank a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe it needs to be extended like a pixel upward. But just getting, again, I don't know how many, I stop repeating myself. I just don't know what to say during these streams when I'm just drawing pixels. Like here's a second by second update. I'm still figuring out the shape. I'll remind you again what I'm doing in about 30 seconds. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I do think that maybe this is a little bit long. No, that kind of messes up the shape then. I mean, I could maybe... Yeah, there we go. So we'll just deal with that for a second. 1 second. All right. Tiny goblin with a bazooka. Yeah, that's basically... I mean, he's basically going to have a bazooka. A bazooka would actually be really funny. Maybe that's what I should do. I was going to do something like a bell or just like a giant cannon, but a bazooka would be really funny. Or, you know, it'd be even funny. Well, I can't. I was going to say I could do a mortar, like have him set up a little mortar and then like launch it. But then it would have to be like an artillery bullet instead of a straight moving bullet. And I don't really feel like redoing the bullet at this point. And also, like, I have to be careful because one of the passives in the game is to clear nearby bullets on dash. And if I don't have enough bullets being generated by the enemies, because it doesn't block artillery bullets, because artillery bullets are more like area attacks. They put an area on the ground that becomes dangerous after a time, right? And there's no like really way to block those. Those are just like you have to dodge them. But if all of my enemies are doing that kind of attack, then that passive becomes useless. So I have to find a good balance of like creating bullets and also creating those area damages. I can't do too much of one or the other. Okay, so that's the head. We'll lock the head here. I can't remember. Yeah, so I'll put the body down here. Oh, I should probably save this, huh? Entity, new folder. Cannon Goblin. Okay. Let's do another color for this. Let's see. I mean, if I'm gonna do... What if I gave him like a really long neck? A really long neck and a big pot belly? Oh, that's disturbing. Okay. Just give him like a super disgusting pot belly. Ew. Oops. Oh my. Oh goodness. Honestly, that's probably fine for the body shape. I'm gonna start on the legs now. I should give him big ol' feet too. I kind of want to do something like a big toe or something. Ew. Oops. Oh my gosh. Those feet are disgusting. I think that's pretty good though. We need like a back leg as well. So I'm going to do leg front for this one. And then I'll copy this. Ew. Yeah, this is not a very appealing character, but that's kind of the point, right? I think this leg front needs to be moved back a little bit. And then leg back here. Oh my gosh. This character is absolutely disgusting. Okay. Now this is going to be the tricky thing. This is where the bazooka is going to come in. I think I am going to do the bazooka. I like that idea. So just make like a huge oversized bazooka that he's just holding. Toes are hard to draw, yeah. I'm hoping that I can get it with like a couple of well-placed pixels that I can get across the fact that that's going to be like a gnarly goblin toe, but yeah, we'll see. All right, so the hands, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with drawing the bazooka here. And I'm just going to do it with maybe this color. Okay. So it needs to be a relatively large thing. Gonna be barely able to see him. All right, I probably need to shrink this a little bit. Okay. All right. Oh, it looks like I'm a little bit off on that side. How did that happen? I'm kind of guessing where the Okay, now they're aligned. So now I can do this. That doesn't look entirely right, does it? I don't think that those can be symmetrical, actually. And that's just like, that's too much. That'll work. And then for this side, I don't think I should see the opening on this side, right? I'm not entirely sure. Something like that or something like that might be appropriate. Maybe even... No, this is looking terrible. Okay. Backtrack. Just go back here. All right. Maybe I'll just stick with this shape for now. Okay. Maybe I'll just keep that shape. Obviously the color needs to change, but keep that shape for now. Because I think when he's running, what I'll do is I'll like angle this down so it's out of the way a little bit, and then when he's ready to shoot, he'll move it in the direction of the player. But let's go ahead and make this look good a little bit. So now we need some hands here. So I think like right here, there needs to be like a hand, like a little goblin hand. We'll obviously make that better, but... Oh, that's his nose on the other side. Okay, and then I wonder what happens if I just flip this over. Ew. And then here, what I'll do is I'll draw like a little arm there. And then hopefully as I'm like, yeah. Doesn't quite look right, but I mean, it's getting there. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of what I want it to be. Actually, this needs to be moved down. I think that's probably all right, actually. I wonder if I should just maybe erase that and just move this up here like that. I think that looks probably better, yeah. So then he can like, so it'll be rotated like this when he's running, and then he'll raise it up, bang, and then in this whole thing, he'll just go boom. Oh, well, he obviously needs his, oh, it's locked. Okay, but anyway, I think you get the point. How does it look behind his head? Oh, the putting this behind it? Like that? Or behind the body as well? I think it has to go in front of everything. It's going to obstruct his head a little bit, but like I said, I'm going to try to alleviate that problem by rotating this out of the way when he's running, so you can actually see his head. Like it could be on his back shoulder, yeah, but then you won't see the fact that it's a bazooka. So it's a matter of like, what do I want to emphasize? Do I want to emphasize his character design, or do I want to emphasize the weapon that he's holding? Because like one of the two is not going to be visible, right? Or like not super clearly visible anyway. I think I'm happy with how that looks. I can play with the ordering a little bit, but I think I'll work with this for now. Yeah, that should look good. Yeah, hopefully it turns out. We'll see. It's all iterative. Okay, so I think I've got the shape of him down pretty well. So now it's a matter of actually filling him in. So maybe I'll just start adding details and we'll just see where that takes us. I should lock all these other things so I don't accidentally paint on anything else. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about this. Okay, That looks pretty good right there. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just drawing random stuff. I think what I need to do is I need to do an outline. So I'm going to see what that looks like. I'm going to do an outline real quick. The outline helps immensely with the shape and the color. Yeah, that's already looking much better, I think. Okay, we need some eyes. Give him like one huge eye. That might actually work. That might actually not be too bad. I could give him another huge eye on the side here. Oh my gosh. Wait, he could have like, instead of eyes, he could have like little goggles on maybe? Maybe that would work. Do some like, let's see. Get a, let's see, get a brown color. And just like strap this around his head. Yeah. Yes. I wonder if I should outline this as well. Probably not. I don't want to go overboard with the outlines. What I can do is add a shadow underneath that so it looks a little bit more like it's resting there. And maybe I could do a highlight there as well. No, that doesn't look right. Yeah. We'll keep it like that. Yeah, that's looking fine. It's getting there. The nose now is a little bit of a problem. Just a little bit though. Okay. I probably need... The nose is too uniform in shape, so I gotta figure out something for that. It's just a little bit... Yeah, it's like too geometric. It's too... Yeah, I gotta think about that. I wonder if something as simple as just like moving it down a little bit would help. That looks better. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Yeah. That does not look bad at all, if you're asking me. And if you're not asking me, then, well. I don't like that blue, though. Is there a better blue that I can use here? Or a purple? Ooh, I could use purple. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I think purple works better right there. Okay. So now I gotta take care of this back ear, which should be fine. I wonder if I should round that off a little bit more. Yeah. There we go. And then I'll just make this. Give that some shadow, I suppose. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. What do you think? Goggles, yes. Hello, Miss Zachary. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Snup Bill. Yum with the IDR 20,000. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And happy belated birthday to you. Hope your birthday was great. And yeah, thank you again very much for the generous super chat. Very much appreciate that. He looks so goofy. I love him. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I like him too. Now, the question is, I don't like this area here still. If I did that, does that look better? I don't think so, actually. I think that looks fine. Just a couple of light pixels there. Do I try to add a tooth in here now? That's the question. Problem is that going to be enough contrast? Also, should I use a darker color in here? If I used a darker color, I can kind of make the tooth work now. Oops. All of my characters have like one tooth. I think I can make that work. Yeah, that looks fine. I think that looks fine. Actually, I could probably... Yeah. Yeah, I think I can get away with that, right? Might make this... Yeah, that looks good. Actually, I might even be able to make this... Yeah, like he's got a purple tongue or something. Yep, mm-hmm. I like that. I think it looks better with that pixel right there, too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop. I mean, there's always a temptation to keep going when you don't need to. So I think I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead because it's looking all right. Okay, so fortunately the head is the hardest part, so I think the head is pretty much done. What about some like crooked teeth? Yeah, I'd love to do that. It's just I don't know if I have enough room here to make that work, you know? I just don't have, I don't have the space. I mean, I'm sure a more experienced pixel artist could make it work, but I don't know how to make that. I don't know how to give that impression with the small amount of space that I have. I had a hard enough time making the teeth work. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead on that. I love the goggles. The goggles are so cool. Okay. Now, I wonder if I should do the hands next. Maybe I could make this like that. Like his face is over top of it. I wonder if I could make that work. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'll be able to easily change the position of the head and the hands. But let's get these all working now. Okay, so hands, these need to be that color primarily. Okay, now the question is, how am I going to... I want to do like claws on the fingers here. Obviously this hand shape is kind of bad, so I'm gonna have to... I guess it's not. It actually doesn't look terrible with the... with like the little claws. I'm just gonna shade those a little bit. Maybe I'll... I'm not very good with hands here, so I'm gonna have to figure this out. Again, this is probably one of those things where it's gonna look better if I add an outline. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. I should probably actually, yeah, create that outline there. Okay. I don't think it's looking terrible. Instead of redrawing all that, I'm just gonna cheat a little bit. Okay, I don't think those hands are not terrible. I could have done a worse job, that's for sure. Now the question is, do I want to do this? No, I'll probably do some kind of shadow under the hands when I do the bazooka. Which I guess it's time to actually draw the bazooka now. Oh boy, I don't know how to draw a bazooka. I'm gonna try doing something. I don't want to use green for the bazooka. I think I'm gonna use a purple color. And hopefully I can communicate what this thing actually is. But I do want to add like a red button. I think that would be really funny. Maybe not a black there, but like a darker purple. Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to do for the hand here too. Is I just want to make it look like there's some shadow there. Okay, so now the actual bazooka. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, start with some basic stuff. I might need to look up a reference. Okay, it's fine. Does that look better? I think that might look better, actually. Yeah. Okay. I need some kind of like dark spot here. Okay. That's a little bit too dark of a color. But that might actually, well, no, it's probably fine. Yeah, that's probably good. I don't want to go overboard with the highlight there. It needs some more detail. I need to look at a bazooka, I think. Did you make that color palette? If not, where'd you get it from? I did not, Amal. I got it from a site called Low Spec. And I'm very rigidly sticking to it. Teeth are the cherry on top for me. You did great with this little guy. Thank you, thank you. I've not looked at a bazooka in a while, but don't they have handles? I think, well, it depends. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up a pixel art bazooka. I need to look at a reference. Images. Oh, I see. So like down there. There are some forms that don't. Yeah, but I see you got the handle there. There's one. Handles, handles, handles. Well, man, there's not a lot of great things on here. This is kind of, I mean, it's just a tube. I like that little detail though. I don't know what that is, but I think that's what I need. I think I just need some little details. So if I take, I don't know, should I use like orange or something? Or like brown? No. Like, I wonder what it would look like if I just did something like this. Made it look like there's a strap around it or some kind of metal, you know? Oh, I made that too big. Just give it a little bit of, you know, a little bit of flavor. I could even optionally do something like that. I don't think I want to do that. What I'll probably do is that instead. I think that looks pretty good. How far apart are these? 10 pixels. 10 pixels takes me right about here, which is perfect. Yeah, just like a little bit of an extra detail here I think is going to make a big difference. Yeah. And then in terms of like, I don't know if I should add anything here. Maybe this needs to have like a highlight here. The lines do help. Thank you, yeah. Just a little bit of extra texture. But I honestly don't think I need to spend too much time on it. Like, I think maybe I should do a shadow on both sides. Yeah, I think a shadow on both sides is probably better. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little bit of extra detail here. I don't know, what are we thinking? I think that's, I mean, it's acceptable. It's not the best bazooka in the world, but I think it gets the point across. And again, I could optionally like have the head hanging over it like this, but I'm probably going to do this and then, like I said, rotate it so like he'll be holding it down when he's running. I think that's probably all right. In Romania, we have a band named Bazooka. They are really awesome and funny. Nice. I got so many international viewers. Romania. Okay. So let's see. Again, I think it's one of those things where I'm going to have to stop while I'm ahead. I think that probably looks all right, though. Now, before I go any further, I do want to just export this real quick and throw it in the game. Haha, look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, I love that guy. Look at him. Oh, I can imagine him hopping around and shooting. You don't have to add handles. What you're drawing is called a tube launcher. That's what I was thinking of, yeah. It's not like a typical bazooka. It's just like a shoulder mounted like launch thing. He's so silly, yeah. I love it. I can't wait to animate him, but animation will probably have to happen in tomorrow's stream. Getting near to the end of the stream time for today, but I do want to finish out at least drawing him up. And what I find too is, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I'll spend 45 minutes drawing something, I'll get it as good as I can, and then I'll take a break from it for a couple hours, and then when I come back, it almost always is the case that I immediately notice something that I can improve. And so it's just, I think part of learning, because I'm still learning pixel art, what you're seeing me do here is not like the work of a pixel art, aficionado. I'm still like trying to feel my way through this pixel art stuff. And so what I've learned just from learning everything generally is that you put as much effort as you can in one sitting, but once you start to notice like diminishing returns in terms of the quality of your output, that's typically when you want to take a break of at least a couple hours or even set it aside until the next day. And what you'll find often, at least in my case, is that when you come back to it, there's something about taking that break that like refreshes you and gets you back into it, and like it feels like your learning actually accelerates if you let yourself have a couple hours of breathing room. I don't know what's going on there, but I learn much faster when I deliberately take like multi-hour breaks or leave something for the next day instead of just, sitting here for 2 hours working on this. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and draw the body here. It might be too dark of a color. Yeah. Okay, once again, I'm probably going to want to... I'll make this like a bigger connector here. It's not going to look pretty, but I need that so that when I animate him, his head is, as the head moves around, it's still connected, you see? Even though a lot of it's not going to be visible. So we'll get rid of that. So we got a long stem neck here. And I'm actually going to, let's get rid of the legs here. Give his little, we got to really emphasize the pot belly. Give him like a really nasty belly button, I think. Do we have to kill him? You do, unfortunately. Can't save him, no. That's the case in art in general, not just pixel art. A break is a must. Yeah, I think that, I mean, I think that's good advice, personally. You gotta strategically use breaks to your advantage. Ew, this just looks disgusting even by itself. He is kind of cute. Man, I am gonna feel bad about killing him. Okay, anyway. Body. So let's see. I don't know how to do belly buttons, so I'm gonna give it my best shot. I'm thinking probably need like, it probably needs to have some kind of depth to it and some like highlight. Ooh, yeah, belly buttons are hard. Well, I guess you're not really going to see the belly button anyway, but... Interesting. I have no clue how to draw that. Okay, well that's going to be something. I'm going to be looking up pixel art belly buttons after this. Just don't look at my search history, I guess. What is this guy doing? Try to emphasize the roundness a little bit. I think if I'm trying to emphasize the roundness, I might need to do something like this. Balloon it out a little bit more. Hope I didn't just ruin it, but that looks disgusting. Is he too plump now? He might be too plump now. Now he just looks like he sits on the couch and drinks Diet Coke all day. I probably can make this look a little bit more round by just moving some things here. Yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah, the belly button is weird. How do I do that? When I think that's fine. I think that gets the point across, but it just doesn't look disgusting, you know? Oops. while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay, that looks better. Oh, goodness, he's so goofy. Okay. I'm going to work on the front leg now. I think the body's probably fine for now. Stop while I'm ahead. He needs a belly button ring. Oh, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Now I'm going to have to do that. I don't think I'm actually going to spend that much time on the belly button because it's going to be obscured for the most part by the bazooka here. If it make you feel better as an artist, I search worse for the name of art. Yeah, I can imagine. You're just searching the weirdest things. Okay, so leg front. Let's do leg front now. Make it the same color as his body there. We'll give him a toenail here and here. This, again, I'm gonna need to do an outline here. Actually, there's no bottom outline. And the reason there's no bottom outline is because I'm not doing outlines in the bottom of things where they meet the ground. So there's no outline where things are supposed to be touching the ground. Okay, and then I think I probably need this. Okay, now I wish I could do... Yeah, this is the tricky part. How do I create... Oh, I think that works. Yeah, that's fine. This part is a little bit weird. That looks all right, I think. Actually, does it look all right? I want that to be a little bit bigger. So it's a little bit more of like a knobby knee here. Okay, how does that look with the body here? This shading is wrong. That needs to actually be light here. This angle is bothering me. It's too much of a right angle there. Okay, I think that looks fine. Now this part up here, actually, I probably want to delete that and probably use that. Yeah. Let's see what it looks like with everything in place. Yeah, I don't think that looks terrible. I don't think that looks terrible. Let's do the leg back now. Okay, I'm more or less just going to... This actually needs to be behind the body. There we go. So we got leg front, leg back. Okay, so leg back should be relatively easy here. Once again, I'm going to outline it. Leg back. So I'll outline it real quick. And then I think I'm basically just going to copy the shading that I did for that other foot. I mean, I guess I should just copy and paste the thing generally, but you know, we'll do things a difficult way. I don't need like a leg piece for this one. Oops. I don't think I need a leg piece for this one anyway. And actually, this should probably be a darker color, generally speaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make every color darker, because that's kind of like a good thing to do, in my experience, is you make the background elements a little bit darker compared to the rest of everything. I'll keep those toes the same color, though. The body color is a little bit... Maybe I should make the body color the same color as the head. Because it's like, it's not matching properly. So let me try that. So this body needs to become... So let's take this color, make that lighter, and make that lighter. Okay, is that better? Oh, this leg front now... That needs to be that color. Okay. Can actually probably... Well, I don't want to go overboard, I guess. Does that look better? Yeah. Yeah, he looks more uniform now. And then the back leg is a little bit of a darker color, which is good. All right. I'm just going to move this down a little bit. Well, yeah, let's see. There he is. There's our little goblin friend. That's looking pretty cool. Thank you, Rin. I love how his design was super gross, but he's turning out super cute. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know how that works, but look at him. He looks pretty good, right? Now, when he's animated with all of his different parts moving and whatnot, I think that's going to look really good. Yeah. No outline on the bottom is such a cool detail. It looks great. Thank you. Yeah. To give a sense of depth, shouldn't the back leg be darker? Oh, yeah. I got you, Brian. Thank you. He looks naked now. Well, he is naked. He's a goblin. Did he look not naked before? I could give him clothes, but I think his goggles are going to suffice. Excellent. Well, I think he's looking pretty good. I'm curious to see... I'm a little worried that these hands are going to obscure a lot of the detail that I put in, but I think when that's animated, like I said, this is going to end up looking like this when he's running. So you can see his face. The other thing that could happen is that he could maybe like stow it on his back until he's ready to shoot, or he could even hold it like that. That doesn't look terrible. Actually, that looks kind of creepy. Imagine if he's holding it like that while he's running and then he lines up the shot. That's actually interesting. I might do something like that. In any case, I think his art is looking fine. Like I said, I'm going to come back to this probably tomorrow and just find some things to touch up here. But I think, generally speaking, this is looking good. And, yeah, like I'm even noticing here, like maybe I should put a shadow underneath that. Yeah, yep. Just a little bit of shadow there, give some contrast between that green and that purple right there. And also it's just, yeah, give some depth to the goggles a little bit. Yep, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Okay, anyway, let's see. Oops. There we go. Cool. All right. When he shoots you, you have to make the gun go high up and have that belly jiggle. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be so funny. Creepy is less than cute. Yeah, that's probably true. AAA quality belly jiggle physics. Oh my goodness. You guys are ridiculous. Okay. I'm going to commit this because I don't want to lose this beautiful art. I actually am very happy with that art. I'm really I'm really looking forward to getting that guy animated. So add cannon goblin initial art. Okay, but that's going to be it for the stream today. So on tomorrow's stream, what we'll be doing is we'll be finishing the implementation of the cannon goblin. So let me remove this too. Remove goblin sprite. So I'll be animating him, writing all of his logic and everything on tomorrow's stream, which will be happening at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I encourage you all to join if you're interested in seeing that. Of course, the VOD will be available too, so if you can't make it and you're curious to see how it shapes up, you can always watch the VOD. But yeah, that's it for the stream today. Thank you all for joining. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you as always. And again, if you're interested in supporting my work, please check out the links in the description below. I've got some Udemy courses available for sale that teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine using either C# or GDScript. You can also wishlist Gunforged, which is the game that I'm making currently. The demo is available too, so if you're interested in playing the demo, you can do that. So yeah, everything, any way, which way you want to support me is available in the description below. And I hope you have a great day, and thank you everyone for joining. And I will see you tomorrow. All right.